Namaskar. I am Dr. Sonali Naik. Today we are going to read the third chapter from Gajanan Vijay Granth. Before that, let us do a meditation. Sit quietly, close your eyes, take deep breaths. Focus your attention on Adhyay Chakra. See in your mind's eye. You're sitting at a very peaceful place. It is a seashore. You can hear the beautiful sounds of the waves. A cool breeze is blowing. You are very peaceful, very happy. You are meditating upon Lord Rama. Lord Rama is standing in front of you. Seeing him, you are filled with happiness and peace. You bow to him. He gives you blessings that you are forever healthy, happy. The protection of his blessings stays around you all your life. Within this protective cover, you are forever guided, forever loved, forever prospered, forever protected. Because of this, your life is full of sweetness, happiness, enthusiasm. Give thanks. Open your eyes. Jai Gajanan, Shri Ganeshaya Namah. O Creator of the universe, you have been compassionate to all the oppressed. You are an ocean of kindness, salvation to the suffering. The wish-fulfilling tree, be kind to me. Help me in this discourse. Devotees from all over clustered at Pankaj's place, where the saint stayed to have his darshan. They gathered like flies who got together around honey and need no invitation. One early dawn, the saint was sitting in a jubilant mood. It was morn with pink glow over the horizon. Soft was the breeze with birds chirping, and it was a moment of delight. The elderly sat in their beds, chanting holy prayers. As sun stole up, driving darkness away, women of the house cleaned their yards. Calves ran to the cows for their morning's measure. It was such a great pleasure. That pleasant morning, an ascetic from afar, his clothes were tattered, he looked like a beggar. With a poor chance to be allowed access, the rich and influential surrounding the seer, it was a tough affair. He wore a loin cloth and a kerchief around his head. He had a small bag of things to offer to Sri Gajanan. He quietly sat in a corner waiting for his turn to see the pious saint and fulfill a promise. Hearing of the saint, he came from Kashi to offer him a packet of heroin. This was for a favor gained by the saint's blessing. Heroin he chose as the gift, as this he liked the finest and he thought was the best. If people knew he had heroin, they would never let him in. His thoughts were understood by Saint Gajanan, who asked the devotees to let him in. He was happy that the saint knew things. They do know the past, present, and the future. He rightly expected the saint to know the purpose of his visit to the town of Shega. Pull out your gift, said Saint Gajanan. I have been waiting for 3 months. Let us now open it here. Overwhelmed with joy, the ascetic bowed again and again. Why do you now hesitate? Why do you not think straight? When you promised me a packet of an unconventional object, the ascetic was sly. Thus followed his reply. I give this to you with a simple appeal as my remembrance. Please do accept this little gift for lifetime. Gods and saints never reject a request. You are the incarnation of God Shiv Shankar. At Anjani's request, you became her son. Without bothering about the species you were requested to be born in. The saint thought it over a while. He then agreed to the appeal. The ascetic filled heroin in the saint's pipe and offered it to him for a smoke. This is how he started smoking, but never became addicted to it. Like the lotus leaf in a pond, he stayed dry amidst water. The visitor stayed a while and left for Rameshwar on his journey. Sometimes the saint recited Vedic hymns. Sometimes he kept silent. He sang classical musical notes or chanted his favorite classical quotes. Gan Gan Ganata Bhute was his favorite chant. He wandered aimlessly through woods as per his whim. Sometimes he slept longer, appeared clumsy for no reason. He entered households without the owner's permission. Janrao Deshmukh, a prosperous man from the town of Shegaon, was breathing his last. The doctors declared it as a hopeless case and summoned the relatives to be at his deathbed. They prayed to God and made vows and pledges if Janrao is back out on his toes. This it did not seem to work. They approached Bankat with a request to give them water sanctified by the touch of the saint's feet. Pankatlal, with his father's permission and the saint's consent, gave them a glassful. Janrao regained his consciousness with the first sip and thereafter sipped it for a week, stopping all medicines. He recovered his health, free from all suffering, walked to Bhavani Ram's house for the sacred site of the Saint Supreme. The holy water had the effect of heavenly nectar. Saints are gods incarnate. Does this mean that no one would die in the town of Shegao as long as the saint remained? Saints don't prevent deaths. They don't work against nature. They can avoid a disaster, unnatural or accidental. Saint Naneshwar once prevented the death of Sri Sachidanand due to an accident at Nevasi, but the person had to depart from another place named Arandi at the appointed time. To speak of death, it has three forms: natural, self inflicted, and accidental. None can avoid the natural, the others can be averted by purity and proper medication. The doctor, however, has to be clever. Death, accidental and unnatural, is the wrath of God. Be pious and religious, pray to saints and deities to avoid untimely calamity. The intensity of faith in the Almighty is the essence of preventing death. In the third category, the saint you adore should not be fake. Saffron clothes do not say a sage make. He should be pious and free from six sins. One should surrender to none else than him. Deshmukh celebrated his revival by feeding hundreds at the residence of Pankaj Lal Seth, where the saint stayed. News of Deshmukh's survival reached everywhere. People gathered at the saint from far and near. To avoid such incidents, the saint became strict and indifferent. Yet the true devotees knew his temperament, and they were not scared. Like the child devotee Prahlad, who was not afraid of Narsimha, fierce appearance at all. A tigress may appear ferocious to people, but not to her cubs playing in her lap. Real devotees thus were not alarmed by the stern countenance of Saint Gajanan. Now the story of Vittoba Ghator, who named himself as Kalyan, working for Gajanan Maharaj. Kalyan for the name of the devotees who helped Samartha Ramdas. Vithoba boasted that the saint always depended on him for his daily routine. A lump of earth may absorb fragrance of musk when they are together. Acacia bush may acquire sandalwood paste perfume when they grow near. That lump is not musk and that acacia is not sandalwood, whatever their proximity be. Alongside sugarcane breeds cactus. Along jasmine grows shrinking shrubs. Saints and the fallen live together. Diamond and pebbles are found together. A pebble is worthless compared to a diamond. It remains a piece of rock to be trodden upon. Vithoba took advantage of his closeness to the saint and boasted himself to be the sacred bull of Shiva. Gajanan Maharaj, by divine vision, knew of Vithoba's boast and decided to teach him a lesson with the following incident. A group of visitors came to Shegao to look respectfully at the saint. He was asleep and no one would dare him awake. They told Vithoba that they were in a rush and would like a darshan of Sri Gajanan Maharaj. Vithoba felt important and woke up Sri Gajanan. The darshan went well, but it invoked the rage of the sage. He took baton and hit Vithoba on the head. You rascal, you have started a business here. If I tolerate you, I'll be at fault in the kingdom of God. You deserve punishment, Gajanan Maharaj said. Don't reckon liquor as sugar-cane juice. Never ever consume a drop of poison. Don't let a thief come near you and let him not try to befriend you ever. Saint Gajanan knocked him down, making him run and not return. This is the way real saints behave, not like other hypocrites falling prey to quacks, misguiding people at large. This is an antisocial act and should never be encouraged. Saints never encourage such elements and weed them out of society. A chaste lady would never like to stay in a call girl's vicinity. Gold ornaments would never compare to trinkets made of tin. Saints may accept sinners, but would never give them importance. Saints do realize that each one suffers from the sin committed in the previous life. Mother Earth allows a cactus and a milk bush to grow along with jasmine, each one of a different kind. Jasmine bush is protected, cactus is burnt as firewood, milk bush is hung at the door to attract insects. Saints likewise evaluate people, know each individual, offer him protection in spite of the variation. Vithoba was fortunate he could get to touch Saint's feet, but he failed to understand the greatness of the saint. If he had realized it, it would have been a divine providence and obtained him salvation. Sitting under the wish-fulfilling tree, he asked for a pebble instead of jewel. To calm Dhenu, the celestial cow, he asked just a coconut shell. No one would do that in the company of saints. Let your mind be vigilant, alert day and night. Let these hymns praising Sri Gajanan save the devotees in this mundane world. Jai Gajanan.